Of course, there are some big events coming up like the Super Bowl, Valentine's Day, and they always involve food, right? This morning we are learning how to make all the sweets, but here's the trick. You got to do it without all that sugar. Jayne Jones, known as the No Sugar Baker, she joins us this morning to show us how it's done. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me. It's first time in person. Usually we're remote, so this is
Isn't it great to be doing things in person once again? So let's talk about sugar in general.
Yes.
We forget it's in everything, it seems, and how bad for you. How much do we overdo sugar in America?
Right. Well, here, I've become the voice of living completely sugar-free. As your viewers well know, ended up in the emergency room 3 years ago. Had no idea, was very sick. Lost my eyesight for about 3 weeks. 6 months later, insulin-free, diabetic medicine-free, sugar-free. 60 pounds later, my vision was back to 20/20. So I am the prime example of knowing that sugar sometimes isn't necessarily the healthiest thing you can have out there. And here's the deal. Sugar has 75 different names by the FDA in a label.
Right.
So you have to read it closely.
Corn syrup and these things. Yeah,
honey. I usually get asked the question like, what do you use instead of sugar, right? You must use honey. Well, honey for my body, the first thing will go with my eyesight. And let me tell you, it's not worth it. So I went from the emergency room to QVC last week, in between a blog and 2 cookbooks. Here's what we're making today. This is perfect for your Super Bowl parties.
Okay.
Also awesome for your Valentine's Day, because I know what it's like not to be able to get those candy-filled gifts, right? So this is a little option you can bring to your neighbors or your families and friends.
Okay.
It's the No Sugar Baker chocolate chip cheesecake cookie. Yes, you heard me right. It's completely sugar-free. But here's what you're going to do. You can either make, I use erythritol, so you can make a normal chocolate chip cookie dough.
Wait, you just kind of glossed over that. You used it. So I want to get to that. Yeah, so
erythritol is an all-natural sweetener.
We read about these artificial sweeteners all the time, and then a lot of times they're not good for you either.
Right.
So tell us, what is this all-natural sweetener? What do you call it again?
Erythritol. It's very popular, actually.
It's new to me. I'm learning.
It's very popular. You can find it at all your major grocery stores. All the big chain stores have it too. It doesn't raise my glucose level at all. Here's the best part too. It doesn't kind of give you that funky aftertaste for me at all. So the most important thing is that glucose level, right? Because that can't go up other than just exchanging harm for harm in my body.
Right.
So make your favorite chocolate chip cookie dough. I have tons of recipes on nosugarbaker.com for how to do it, or you can get the brand new frozen cookie dough. You take your cookie dough, put it in your hand, right? And what you're going to do over here is you're going to take 8 ounces of cream cheese. Cream cheese is sugar-free. And then I use a powdered sugar erythritol. Okay, so it's completely
Does it come in different forms, powdered?
Yeah, just like
comes in
brown.
liquid, or comes in,
Not liquid.
Okay.
So it's like brown, granular, or the powdered type, right? So it's poured in the top there. This is sort of like you make peanut butter cups. It's kind of the same theory. You go ahead and you mix it together. And then you're going to refrigerate it when it all comes combined together. You're going to take a little bit of a ball of that's refrigerated, put it right into the cookie dough, put more cookie dough on top of it, right? So you round it like you bake your cookie, put it on your cookie sheet, bake it at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. And look, you get the cheesecake right in the middle of the chocolate chip cookie. It is fantastic.
Moist,
it's wonderful.
Yeah, it just breaks easily,
Take a bite of it, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to believe that there's completely 0 sugar.
What about the chocolate chips?
Sugar-free.
Interesting. All right.
A lot of innovation out there. So go ahead.
I normally wait to the end to take a bite, but I'm going to wait any longer.
Take it, because I want you. Okay, be honest, right?
Okay.
Be honest. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
Here.
Very sweet. Very sweet.
They're good, right?
Yeah.
So you can have this.
I would not tell.
You can have this at your Super Bowl party. You can have it at Valentine's Day. My biggest thing, I always go like this, like, don't tell anybody, because it's completely.
I'm going to finish this while you're talking.
It's completely sugar-free, right? So it's kind of like the best kept secret. Up here we have a chocolate almond cookie, and then down here I have using the frozen dough. It's a peanut butter chocolate chip bacon with a little bit of salt cookie.
Man.
It's like the perfect dance on a cookie, because it's fantastic. It gives all that. It gives you a little extra protein, has it all right there, but completely sugar-free. So you can have the great taste and indulge guilt-free, but also for a person like myself, right? Who the health risk now is completely at the extreme end of the season here. That this is the best way to do it, and to do it in a healthy way.
You had me at the sweet and savory, the bacon one down there too. Isn't it incredible though how you took a situation that was really kind of a low point in your life?
I'm going to tell you.
And look what you've kind of turned this into, and you're going to be able to help other people as well.
Hey. Sometimes God gives you some gifts in interesting ways, right? This door has been opened for me. I have become the voice of what it's like to live completely sugar-free. I'm a lawyer who just got sick, is all that happened to me. But let me tell you, if you ever told me, lying in the emergency room, that I'd be on QVC three years later.
And good day, Atlanta.
And good day, Atlanta. Are you kidding me? I never in a million years would have thunk it. Right? So, you know what?
Good for you. Congratulations to you for that. Now, can you substitute this in most any recipe where you would use sugar?
Well, there's a couple. Well, listen, you have to be careful of that because there's a couple. Milk has sugar, so you have to look at the recipes. I feel like my kitchen, maybe you guys have seen it remotely, my kitchen's become my science lab because I have to be thinking about what to do. So you have to be careful when you do the substitutes on the recipes because you have to make sure that there's no other hidden sugars when you want to think about it.
Right.
Like milk. Because milk is no longer in my life ever again.
Okay.
Right. Obviously, we talked about honey. Honey is completely out. There's many different. You have to be smart about it. You have to read those labels. If there's one thing I learned in the last 3 years, you gotta look at those labels, and you have to know the FDA's got over the 75 different names of sugar.
Right. But don't take this the wrong way. Please don't take this the wrong way. But you're high energy. I can't imagine if you were all jacked up on sugar, what that might be like. Does this give you a boost like sugar? Like
no, I just think I'm naturally.
Or this is just you?
I'm just naturally passionate, naturally energetic. I love life, and let me tell you, there was 3 years ago. Inches away from having a stroke on my birthday. My husband dragged me to the emergency room on my birthday. I went there fighting tooth and nail. I believe in the power of life, and I believe in the power of gifts of life. So you know what? If there's a choice between eating a candy bar right now that's full of sugar or having my eyesight and living every single day,
right. Seems like a no-brainer.
You tell me which one I'm going to pick every single time.
Yeah, I like to see what I'm eating, right? Yeah. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. I tell you what, I'm going to eat this, and you're going to read that tease right there, okay? I got it with.
We will have this full recipe on her website, and also our website at fox5.com. Still ahead, there's plenty of concerts happening around Atlanta this year. What? And the kids can get in on some of the fun too. I love kids. Well, I'll tell you when the popular Kids Pop crew will stop in town. They're coming here.
They are.
Oh my gosh!
Keep going. You're doing so well.
Plus, a bear that struck many poses for the camera. The story behind this wildlife photo shoot is coming up next.
Can I have the rest of the morning off?
Yes,
all right.
Yes.
Thank you.